Hello viewers, welcome to Study Time. Today I'll be talking about the cytoplasm, which is present inside all cells. Now, the cytoplasm is actually the ground matrix in which the cell organelles are suspended in every cell. Well, I'm showing you the diagrammatic representation of the animal cell as is seen under the electron microscope. We can see the plasma membrane here. The plasma membrane is here, the nuclear membrane is here, and the space in between the plasma membrane and the nuclear membrane is filled with cytoplasm. Okay, this is filled with cytoplasm. All the cell organelles, they are suspended, including the nucleus, they are all suspended inside the cytoplasm. It's a very vital uh, uh, it is extremely vital part of the protoplasm. We all know that the protoplasm is divided into the cytoplasm as well as the nucleoplasm. Well, the space in between the plasma membrane and the nuclear membrane is filled with cytoplasm. The part of protoplasm which exists in between the plasma membrane and the nuclear membrane is known as the cytoplasm, and the part of the protoplasm which exists within the nucleus is known as the nucleoplasm. Okay, now the characteristic features of the cytoplasm are that it is a jelly-like mass of protoplasm. It is optically homogeneous and translucent. It is also known as the hyaloplasm. It occurs mainly in two forms, the gel form and the sol form. The gel form, also known as the plasma gel, is viscous and jelly-like. It has a viscous and jelly-like consistency, and the plasma sol, it is non-viscous or fluid-like. The two forms, however, are interchangeable. That is, the gel form becomes the sol form, and this has got a purpose to be served. It helps in the streaming movement of the cytoplasm. Well, the streaming movement is visible only in the eukaryotic cells. The streaming movement is visible only in the eukaryotic cells. In the plant cells, generally, where there is one big vacuole, the streaming movement takes place in one direction only, whereas in animal cells, where there are more than one vacuole, the streaming movement can take place in any direction. This is the diagram which supports it. This is the diagrammatic representation of the plant cell. There is one big vacuole here, and the streaming movement, as is shown in green color, takes place in one direction only. Here in the animal cell, there are many vacuoles. There's more than one vacuole, and the streaming movement takes place in many directions. We come back to the structure of the cell, and we'll continue. This movement of the cytoplasm, we were talking about the movement of the cytoplasm, or the streaming movement, also known as cyclosis. This depends on two factors. You have to remember that it depends on two factors. It depends upon, number one, the viscosity of the cytoplasm, and number two, the temperature. When there is one vacuole, as I have said, inside the cell, the cytoplasm moves in one direction only. And when there is more than one vacuole, the cytoplasm can move in more than one direction. How is cyclosis helpful? This cyclosis, or the streaming movement of cytoplasm, is helpful because it helps in the movement of the cell organelles and other cell inclusions within the cytoplasm. And it also helps in the formation of pseudopodia in amoeba. Now, what does cytoplasm contain? The cytoplasm contains biomolecules such as amino acids, carbohydrates, proteins, enzymes, vitamins, nucleotides, transfer RNAs, etc. Transfer RNA, etc. The proteins occur as colloidal particles. Well, the cytosol or the cytoplasm, which exists in the solid state or the fluid state, is also known as the crystallocolloidal system. We can call it, or if we just define it as a system, we can call it the crystallocolloidal system with water as the dispersion medium. I hope I'm clear. Now the proteins, they occur as colloidal particles, and along with proteins there are many other biomolecules like amino acids, carbohydrates, proteins, enzymes, vitamins, nucleotides, tRNA, etc. The proteins, as I've just said, they exist in the colloidal particle state. So the cytoplasm is also termed as the crystallocolloidal system with water as the dispersion medium. Now, what are the functions of cytoplasm? Cytoplasm helps in the intracellular means within the cell. It helps in the intracellular distribution of metabolites, enzymes, and nutrients. It also, number 2, it helps in the exchange of materials between different organelles. Number 3, it helps in the breakdown of glucose. That is, glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm. Number 4, biosynthesis of nucleotides, proteins, and fatty acids take place in the cytoplasm. There is also nucleocytoplasmic interaction. Because the nucleus is there, the cytoplasm is there, so there is nucleocytoplasmic interaction. And I'll be explaining nucleocytoplasmic interaction in due course. Thank you.